Shalom, bienvenidos and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zyron. I will be your sneaker restorator for today. So in the past, I've already done sneaker restorations for my little sister, some other friends. I've never done one for my own sneakers, and it's been about a year and a half since I posted my first video. Thanks to you guys, that video now has over 1,200 views. So I figured now that I've learned so much since then, it's about time to do an update. So if you guys are trying to save money on your sneakers, I'm going to try and give you other budget options instead of just the tools that I'm using to hopefully help you guys out in the long run. So just like the thumbnail says, these are the sneakers we're going to be hitting for today. They're the Ultra Boost 4.0 Parley. All right, I'm wasting your time now. Let's get started. I normally tend to wash my sneakers over the sink, so as this water gets a little warm for us, let's go over the cleaning gear that I use. The shoe cleaner and brushes all come from Jason Mark. I always start with the soft bristle brush, and the first thing we're going to be cleaning are the shoelaces. So we're going to take those off real quick, throw them at the bottom of the sink, get them all wet, put a little bit of shoe cleaner on the soft bristle brush, and just go to town. Now, obviously, this part isn't really rocket science. We're just trying to attack all of the accumulated dirt that's been gained on those shoelaces for quite some time, and we throw them in a bag that's going to be washing machine friendly. Next, we're going to prep the sneaker by soaking it entirely. Then we're going to grab some more shoe cleaner, sprinkle some more on the soft bristle brush, and we're going to hit the plastic prime knit on this Ultra Boost. The reason I say plastic, for those of you who don't know, these Parley and Ultra Boost collaborated sneakers were essentially made by plastic that was found in the ocean, which is another reason why I love these sneakers so much. Because these are plastic and they're not the traditional prime knit, these have lasted the longest out of all of my sneakers that I've ever purchased. Next, we're going to be using the standard bristle brush. Now, normally I use this for the midsole. Now, you can be as harsh as you want to be because we're trying to get every single possible nook and cranny that essentially these shoes have seen on a daily basis. So it's not going to be perfect, just realize that, but we do want to prep it and be as perfect as possible. Next, we're going to be putting everything in the sneaker bag. If you have a big sneaker collection, I highly recommend washing 3 at a time. It'll save you a lot of water, a lot of time, and a lot of detergent. I don't use anything too complicated. I just got this from Costco. Now, you want to set your settings to cold water and to delicate. Do not use hot water. You have a higher chance of melting the glue from the sneaker. I always like to do a last idiot check on my sneakers just in case I missed anything at all. Sometimes the washing machine doesn't hit everything at one go. I've never had a problem before, but it's always nice to make sure. I double and triple check to make sure there's no dirt inside. Even that black spot in the middle, make sure to look at every single corner. Everything's important. Now, this is the sneaker that I haven't washed yet, so I'm just making sure you guys know how it looked like before. So I normally wait 24 hours for this to dry. I absolutely encourage you guys to wait as long as possible. Leave this out in the sun if you have to. You do not want to mess this up. So there's one important thing that you really need to know about the Boosts. They're not a perfect white. Not only do you need this tub, but you're also going to have to add in a little bit of vanilla. Mix it in wherever you want. I prefer these little cups that Angela's provides. You'll also be able to find these on the website. Now, bear with me. I haven't done this in a really long time, so I added a little more vanilla than I used to. It looked a little more caramel for my taste, so I added more white, and eventually I got the right color that I was looking for. As you can see, I'm not using gloves this time, but I still like to be safe, so I make sure I put some plastic at the bottom, and once you're ready to paint, make sure that you don't drench your brush and just go layer by layer. You do not want to overcoat anything at any given point. You don't want to rush this. Take your time. Once you finish every coat and it looks like the colors aren't even, that just means that you need to add another coat, which is completely fine. Hey, it's Future Zyron. So if you haven't noticed yet, I'm not in California anymore, so I don't have the hairdryer that I was using in my last videos. So now that I'm older and I've been using power tools for the past couple years, I figured I might as well put these batteries to use. So I ended up buying a heat gun from Milwaukee. So this is the one that I chose. This is much quieter than the previous hairdryer that I was using constantly. So I don't have to wake up my neighbors if I want to do this in the middle of the night, for example. I think a hairdryer is about 30 bucks. This thing, without the battery, is 150 bucks. So as always, just do whatever is under your budget. You want to be careful while using the heat gun. You want to stay about 6 inches away from the sneaker. You want to keep going back and forth because you don't want to melt the glue. And an easy way to find out if the paint's been dried, once the glossy and shiny look has disappeared, it's a guaranteed sign that the paint's been dried. You're going to want to do one layer at a time across the entire shoe and dry after you paint every couple of inches. It's important that you use the heat gun because you don't want the paint to air dry. You want it to be seeped into the Boost. If you do decide to let the paint air dry, you'll have a higher chance of the paint cracking over time. So you don't want to avoid using either a heat gun or a hair dryer. Both will get the job done. And as soon as you feel like you're done grinding with your paintbrush and you've done as many possible layers as you can, congratulate yourself because this should be the ending result. Not bad for a pair of kicks that were released back on June 20th, 2018, about 3 years ago. If I were to buy a brand new pair today, I would have to spend over 180 bucks, so I saved quite a bit with this video. Whatever sneakers you guys are restoring, all I gotta say is trust the process, be patient, takes quite a bit of practice. I mean, I've been doing this for about 2 years, not consistently, but I believe in you guys. I have no talent with this paintbrush, but I figured it out. if I could do it, then you could do it. So I'm going to be ending this video by answering a question on a previous sneaker restoration video by Garamench Bimbra. He asked, I wonder if it cracks over time after finishing. It says leather paint, but soles are not leather. So good question. Ended up calling my sister and I asked her, yo, the sneakers that I restored for you about a year ago or so, did they end up cracking or not? And she said, no cracking. Mind you, this is California lifestyle, so results may vary if you're in a snowy area. But one thing I remembered while I was asking her was, I never washed her sneakers after I restored them. So my question to myself about these specifically is, once I wash them and once I use that regular bristle brush, is it going to scratch the paint? I don't know. These are questions that I'm asking myself now, but over time, I will definitely let you guys know. But that's it for this video. I've already wasted enough of your time. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you when I see you.